Story 001. Star Citizen Legends, Lore and Fiction. The beginning. My hands won't stop shaking. 3 years. 3 years of 18-hour days of watching Dr. Scott Childress scribble equations that defied everything we thought we knew about physics, of building prototype after prototype that tore themselves apart. 3 years of telling my 3-year-old daughter Elena that Daddy was working on something important, something that would give her a better future. 2 weeks ago, Childress flew the first test himself. He came back alive, shaking, pale, saying he'd just traveled faster than any human in history. The quantum drive worked. We knew it worked. But one test isn't enough. We need repeatability. We need proof it wasn't a fluke. Now, staring at the diagnostic console for the second test, watching the quantum field hold stable, I think we're going to prove it. Childress, I say, and my voice cracks. The field is holding, just like the first test. Dr. Scott Childress looks up from his calculations, gray hair wild, eyes bloodshot. He's 40 years old but looks 60 after years of this project. His hands are trembling as he pushes off from his workstation and floats over to me in the zero-gravity lab. Show me, he says quietly. I gesture at the display. Quantum field stable, exotic matter containment functioning. The drive is ready for test activation. Through the viewport behind us, Earth dominates the view. From up here, you can see the scars, the brown patches where rainforests used to be, the haze of pollution, the sprawling megacities that glow like infected wounds across the night side. 12 billion people crammed onto a dying planet, resources running out, conflicts escalating over water, over land, over air clean enough to breathe. We need this to work. Humanity is running out of time. Valerie Johnson drifts over from the flight control station. The test vessel is in position. All systems nominal. She pauses, looking at Earth. My daughter asked me last week if she'd ever see a real tree. Not synthetic, real. Her voice breaks, and I understand. My Elena has never seen a bird that wasn't in a zoo. Never felt rain that didn't taste like chemicals. Never breathed air without filters. We're going to find them new worlds, I say, trying to sound confident. Places with real trees, real oceans, real sky. Then let's make sure this works, Johnson says. Cody Solace's voice crackles through the comm from the test vessel. Control, this is Artemis, all systems green, standing by for quantum drive activation. I've never met Cody in person. He's been in quarantine with the test vehicle for 2 months, but I know his voice better than my own wife's at this point. Calm, professional, ready to risk his life to prove this impossible dream. Cody, Childress says, his voice steady despite the tremor in his hands. We're ready when you are. This is it. Everything we've worked for. Roger that, Doctor. Let's change the world. I look at Childress. He nods. My fingers move across the controls. Initiating quantum drive activation sequence. The hum starts low, a vibration that resonates through the station's structure, through my bones. On my display, impossible physics come to life. Space-time bending, quantum fields creating a bubble around the test vessel. Field stable, I report. Drive active. Cody, you are go for engagement. Engaging quantum drive, Cody says. 3, 2, 1, mark. The test vessel shimmers. Space itself warps around it, light bending in ways that make my eyes hurt. For one impossible moment, the ship seems to exist in 2 places at once. Then it vanishes. My heart stops. The viewport shows empty space where a ship used to be. Where is she? Johnson's voice is sharp. I'm frantically checking telemetry. Tracking. The numbers scroll across my screen, distance increasing impossibly fast. She's moving. My brain catches up to what I'm seeing. She's traveling at 1% the speed of light, I whisper. 3,000 kilometers per second. She's already, I do the math. Hands shaking. She's hundreds of thousands of kilometers away and still accelerating. Childress grabs my shoulder. Is she stable? Yes. The field is holding. The drive is working. Cody's voice bursts through the comm, wild with exhilaration. Childress, it's working. I can see Earth shrinking behind me. I'm moving faster than anything humanity has ever built, and I don't feel a thing. No acceleration forces. The quantum drive it's. He's laughing and crying, and so am I, and Johnson is hugging Childress, and we're all shouting because we did it. We actually did it. How fast can she go? Johnson asks. 100th the speed of light, Childress says, and his voice is filled with wonder. Mars in hours instead of months. Jupiter in days instead of years. We can actually explore the Sol system. We can colonize other worlds. I think of Elena, my daughter. She'll grow up on Mars, maybe, or Europa, or Titan, worlds we can actually reach now. Cody, I say into the comm, how does it feel to prove Childress wasn't crazy? That it really works? Like I'm dreaming, he says. Like I'll wake up and none of this will be real. But it is real, isn't it? Childress really did it, and now we've proved it works again. Twice in a row, Childress says, his voice thick with emotion. Bring her home, Cody. We've got a technology to share with the world. The return journey takes minutes. The test vessel materializes beside the station as if it never left, space folding around it like paper. Cody's face appears on the video feed, tears streaming down his cheeks. Welcome to the future, he says. Childress floats to the viewport, staring at Earth with an expression I can't quite read. I join him, and we watch our dying planet together in silence while the celebration continues behind us. We saved them, I say. We gave humanity a way out. We gave them a chance, he corrects quietly. Mars, the asteroid belt, the outer moons, we can reach them now. We can spread across the system, find resources, build colonies. Real colonies, not just outposts. He turns to look at me, and there's something profound in his gaze. But Andrew, this is just the beginning. Today we freed ourselves from Earth. We can explore Sol system now, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, the asteroid belt. But someday someone will find a way to leave Sol itself. Someday humanity will walk among the stars in other systems. Interstellar travel? I shake my head. The distances are impossible. Light years, not light hours. Even at this speed, the nearest star would take, I do the math in my head, centuries. I know, he says quietly. The quantum drive won't take us to other stars, but it will let us explore every corner of Sol system. And maybe, just maybe, we'll find something out there that will show us the way. He smiles. 5 years ago, quantum drives were theoretical fantasy. Today, we bent space-time itself. Who knows what tomorrow brings? I look at Earth one last time. My daughter is down there, sleeping in a cramped apartment, breathing filtered air, dreaming of trees she'll never see on her homeworld, but she'll see them somewhere else. Mars, maybe, or worlds we haven't even imagined yet. The quantum drive hums quietly through the station, a promise fulfilled. A door opened. I pull out my comm and record a message. Hi, Elena. Hi, baby girl. Daddy kept his promise. I made it better. You're going to see real trees, sweetheart. Real trees on new worlds, I promise. The door to the stars has opened, and humanity will never look back. Epilogue. The quantum age begins. 2075 to 2090. 6 months later, December 2075. The quantum drive changed everything overnight. After Childress's successful first test and Cody Solace's confirmation flight, 3 more test vessels completed quantum jumps. The technology was proven, repeatable, revolutionary. The Sol system, once an impossibly vast expanse that took months to traverse, had shrunk to a manageable frontier. Mars was 6 hours away, Jupiter 2 days. Even distant Neptune could be reached in a week instead of years. Earth's governments, desperate to solve the resource crisis, poured funding into quantum drive production. Dr. Childress's team worked around the clock, training new engineers, refining the designs, preparing for mass manufacturing. Andrew Sullivan barely saw his family that year, but when he finally returned home for the holidays, 3-year-old Elena asked him, "Daddy, when can we go to space?" "Soon, sweetheart," he promised, hugging her tight. "Very soon." 2076 to 2080, the station network. The first permanent deep space station was completed in 2076, Armstrong Station, orbiting between Earth and Luna. It served as a refueling depot and transfer hub for the growing fleet of quantum-capable vessels. Within 2 years, a dozen more stations dotted the inner solar system: waypoints, research platforms, manufacturing facilities. Luna's population exploded. What had been a small research colony of a few hundred became a sprawling complex of interconnected domes housing thousands by 2078. The low gravity and proximity to Earth made it ideal for quantum drive manufacturing. Assembly facilities where ships could be built without the crushing weight of Earth's gravity. Mars received its first permanent research station in 2077, a pressurized complex housing 50 scientists and engineers. They weren't colonists, not yet. Mars's thin atmosphere and freezing temperatures made survival impossible without constant life support. But they were there, studying the planet, preparing for the day when humanity could make it livable. Andrew Sullivan joined Mars Research Station 1 in 2078. He worked on refining quantum drive efficiency for the harsh Martian environment. His daughter Elena, now 6 years old, stayed on Luna with her mother, attending the first off-Earth school. 2078 to 2082, the mining boom. The asteroid belt became humanity's new gold mine. Quantum drives made it accessible. 3 days of travel instead of years. Mining corporations rushed to stake claims on resource-rich asteroids, extracting metals, water ice, and rare elements that Earth desperately needed. The first major asteroid mining operation began at Ceres in 2078. By 2080, mining platforms and small stations dotted the belt, employing thousands of workers. The resources flowed back to Earth and Luna orbital shipyards, fueling the expansion. Valerie Johnson, the flight control specialist from Childress's team, became operations coordinator for the Ceres mining operations. She split her time between Luna and the belt, ensuring every mining ship had proper quantum drive safety protocols. Her daughter lived in one of Luna's growing residential domes, attending school with Elena Sullivan. 2083 to 2085, the outer system. With the inner system developing, attention turned outward. Jupiter's moons, Europa, Ganymede, Callisto, held vast quantities of water and potential for research bases. The first dedicated deep space exploration vessel, Odyssey 1, launched toward Jupiter in 2083. The 4-day journey was uneventful, a testament to how routine quantum travel had become in just 8 years. Europa's subsurface oceans were confirmed. Ganymede received its first research platform in 2084. A small pressurized habitat on the ice, 6 researchers studying the moon's magnetic field and potential for future development. Cody Solace, the pilot who'd flown the second quantum drive test in 2075, commanded Odyssey 1. He was 38 years old now, no longer the young test pilot, but a seasoned explorer. Standing on Ganymede's ice in a pressure suit, he transmitted back to Earth. 9 years ago, I flew the confirmation test for the quantum drive. Today, I'm standing on a moon of Jupiter. The quantum drive didn't just change how fast we travel, it changed what's possible. Every moon, every planet, every corner of this system, it's all within reach now. 2086 to 2088, reaching Saturn. Saturn came next. The ringed giant had always captivated humanity, and now it was only 5 days quantum travel away. A small research platform was established on Titan in 2087, 20 scientists in a pressurized habitat studying the methane seas and thick atmosphere. By 2088, humanity's presence had spread throughout Sol's system, Luna. 75,000 people in interconnected dome cities. Mars, 3 research stations, 500 scientists total. Asteroid belt, 15,000 miners and support staff on various platforms. Jupiter system, small research outposts on Europa and Ganymede, 200 researchers. Saturn system, tiny Titan research station, 20 scientists. Various orbital stations, thousands more on waypoints and manufacturing platforms. Nearly 100,000 humans now live beyond Earth, all made possible by the quantum drive. 2089, Dr. Childress's vision. In 2089, At the 14th Annual Quantum Drive Symposium held at Armstrong Station near Luna, Dr. Scott Childress gave a speech to the assembled engineers and explorers. He was 54 years old, graying, tired, but his eyes still burned with that visionary fire. 14 years ago, we bent space-time itself and opened the solar system to humanity. Today, 100,000 people live beyond Earth. We've built cities on Luna. We've touched Jupiter, reached Saturn, mined the asteroid belt. We've spread across our home system. But we're still trapped in Sol. The quantum drive freed us from Earth, but it can't free us from our star. The nearest star system is light years away, centuries of travel even at our speeds. He paused, looking out at Earth hanging in the black beyond the station viewport. But somewhere out there, maybe we'll find the answer. Maybe there's a way to step between the stars like we step between worlds. Maybe someone, someday, will make the impossible possible again. Standing in Armstrong Station, Dr. Childress smiled. We did it. We saved ourselves from Earth's dying surface. Now let's see what else we can do. 2090, the frontier. By 2090, Andrew Sullivan was 43 years old. He'd spent the last 12 years on Mars Research Station 1, working on atmospheric studies and quantum drive optimization for future terraforming efforts. Mars wasn't ready for open-air colonies yet, wouldn't be for decades, but the groundwork was being laid. His daughter Elena was 18 now, working as a junior engineer at Luna's primary quantum drive manufacturing facility. She'd never set foot on Earth. Luna was her home. The domed cities, the low gravity, the view of Earth always hanging in the black sky. One day she sent her father a message across the 6-hour quantum comm delay. Dad, they're talking about trying to terraform Mars in the next few decades. They think they can do it. Make it breathable. Make it alive. Your work on atmospheric density studies is going to make it possible. You're going to give Mars real trees, Dad. Real sky. Andrew stood in the research station's observation dome, looking out at the red Martian landscape, barren, frozen, lifeless. But in his mind's eye, he saw green. He saw forests. He saw his future great-grandchildren walking under an open sky. The quantum drive had given humanity the solar system. Someday, something else would give them the stars. But for now, in 2090, 15 years after that first terrifying test flight, humanity had spread across its home system. Stations orbited every major planet. Miners worked the asteroid belt. Researchers studied alien moons. Children were being born and raised beyond Earth. The quantum age had begun, and humanity's reach was only growing. End of transmission. Story 001, Star Citizen Legends. Era, the Genesis. Year 2075 to 2090. 1% the speed of light, 100% humanity's future.